involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
That is one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way and able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done, and for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway.
Touchdown! Michael Pittman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Kaepernick to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play there for L.A.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Kaepernick now on 1st down. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good game before he's taken down. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it'll make it 2nd down. Now Kaepernick again. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Touchdown, Chargers! Quez Watkins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from moving out in front. Brandon Staley telling his troops to stay out there and go for 2. Kaepernick looking to throw for it. And that'll be incomplete. should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a two-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
These two teams all tied after one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run with Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. 1st level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety.
Touchdown, Broncos! Devontae Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. A touchdown would tie it. They trail 13-6 as they come up with a 1st and 10. To throw is Kaepernick. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So, Charles, here we are, Week 17. Both of these teams playing their 16th game of the regular season. And obviously for decades, that was the full season. But as we all know, a little strange, still one more game to go next week.
Yeah, Brandon, I think we're both interested to see how things play out next week because we know their division titles and wild card spots up for grabs. So those teams, no doubt, they'll be all in. But how would you like to go in front of a team that's 3-13 and say, okay, guys, one more time, let's go get them. If we win, it benefits someone else.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Patterson. And some room to work. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Cordell Patterson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's right through, and we are now tied at 13. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. From the gun, Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
These two teams getting a couple of late-season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 12, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, Kaepernick. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Khalil Mack in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. On play action, it's Kaepernick. Escaping the pressure. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Melvin Ingram able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitz.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Gold with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around.
And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And he got blown up on that play, back at the 20. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
Throwing again on second down. Jones is going to float this one deep right side. And this one incomplete. A 50-50 ball in the end, nearly intercepted. And now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Jones. Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts, to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, in the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
To throw, Kaepernick. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Flushed out right. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Second and 16. Now Kaepernick. He finds his man complete. That's Patterson. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. A big gain that time for the Chargers. Kelsey out in the slot right. Kaepernick going to throw. Flush to his right. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Colin Kaepernick. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd down. It's Taylor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. They run once more with Taylor. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They'll run on 1st down. Taylor. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the handoff, Edwards, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown! Gus Edwards, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown, Chargers! Chris Watkins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory. Jones hit, and the ball's out. And this is recovered by the Chargers. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game. and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. A shotgun handoff to Patterson, and he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense trying to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Patterson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Cordero Patterson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Gold with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. It's a big play there for the Broncos.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Jones to the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bronco All-Pro, Chris Harris. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you it's not very good.
Now a dump off here complete and brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, Kaepernick's going to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Kaepernick now to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And going deep for Hill. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Second down and goal. Jones dancing to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Back to throw. Jones. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. No surprise there. Third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes, because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Charger drive about to get going. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
This one left side, caught by Patterson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.